Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to use my database application generator to generate Spring framework code. Spring framework is, I think, more than 10 years old framework that has functionalities and models that you even haven't heard of. In latest years, it improved in cloud technologies, in microservice technologies, in reactive, in functional programming. It integrated also not only Java but I think Groovy and Kotlin language into options for developing Spring applications. So you can never learn all the stuff it supports. So my database application generator supports creating CRUD operations that with HTTP and web and REST APIs. And my tool also generates the dependent REST database access and model layers. So I'm gonna start with Spring Initializer with these dependencies: Web, JPI, DevTools, H2, TimeLeaf, and REST repositories. I'm gonna leave programtom.com group, and I'm gonna put something new in the artifact as nodes. For example, nodes. I'm gonna generate this Hello World project, and I'm gonna extract it to downloads, and I'm gonna import it in Eclipse IDE. Existing Maven projects, downloads, nodes, finish, and you can see it has a Spring structure with enterprise ready folders like test, resources, Java source, and so on. I'm not gonna start this application because right now, because it is empty. What I'm gonna do is create a node model in my database application generator tool. Nodes. I'm gonna switch to H2 database. And I'm gonna add Java Spring early alpha, and I'm gonna copy this directory, the root of the project. And after switching out of this field, it asks me for application package, because my tool can't find any subdirectories in the project I have entered. So I'm gonna type in com.programtom.nodes, and the tool will generate model package, DAO package, internationalization directory, the directory where translations will be outputted, and this is something that I'll need to fix in the future, but right now I'm gonna move the service package here, web package here, and the web subdirectory must be this one with temp template. Yes, with templates. This is a standard Spring application structure that once you start developing it, you're gonna like it a lot because it is convention over configuration. You know always where to put different stuff to different places, and this also sees generated not what it must. So the subdirectory is source test Java. It also added the JDBC data access and Java models, and I'm gonna add a table node with ID, name, and content with text and for now I'm gonna leave it simple as that. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna generate this code. You can see I'm gonna comment the hello world code, and in the web package you can see the Spring Boot application with the annotations with where to scan for models, where to scan for data access objects, web and service layer. So my tool generates a model, simple POJ object, a data access layer with database stuff, with data access object with a query result that contains a list of stuff and count. So it will be easy to implement paging. You can see also service layer with the defaults with interfaces and implementation. That is a good practice used by Spring. And you can also see a web layer with a REST controller and a web controller, a web interface for your data. And something that currently my tool doesn't generate is the database.properties file. I'm gonna copy this one. It is a memory test database. You can switch it to something else as you like. I'm gonna paste it in main resources and I'm gonna start my newly generated application. So when if you are running with Maven, it will automatically start the tests. Take a note that these tests are a hello world one and need to be improved, but it could be commented if they are not ready, and they can be improved to verify your logic, your basic application logic. So I'm gonna show you what is the output of my application what is the output of my generator application. I'm gonna open localhost 8080 and Node, I think. Node. So you can see the node URL returns 0 count of messages. If I paste node index, you can see the web interface for adding key and editing nodes. I'm gonna paste some content about, gonna dance over the keyboard and save, and I'm gonna second one with one more dance over the keyboard. I'm gonna edit this one, and you can see this starting to be edited. I'm gonna add another one and see and show you that it actually deletes a record. And I'm also gonna refresh this URL and show you that it outputs a JSON representation of this list. So this is a basic application that my tool could generate. It could easily be extended with some knowledge acquired if you dive deep into Spring Framework. So it is super easy to define models and get an application development started.